welcome once again to our weekly look into everything that's on sale for Xbox. This week we'll be checking out all those quick completions for you achievement hunters that are going to bag you those quick gamer score boosts. And not only that, we'll also be checking in with Xbox's Ultimate Game Sale and looking at those AAA games that are going to give you some serious good gameplay whilst also not offering you the longest of completions. Well, let's waste no more time, let's roll those credits and get into the video. Now before we get started with looking at those quick completions, let's as always take a look at all those games that are under that £1.50 price mark, offering some really good gamer score boost for such a little amount of money. And our first game is maybe the cheapest game that I've ever seen in one of those sales, only going to set you back 55p. Now who can't find 55p down the back of the sofa? And this game is Hopico. Now I'm sure we covered this one last week, or the sequel to this one. This game is rated 2.75 from fellow achievement hunters and is a platformer that is currently 90% off and is the evil nanobot virus. It's time to hook up your power gloves and save your Hokopo brothers. I'm definitely sure we've definitely read this one before. So if you're looking for a cheap game, this one is still on offer and definitely worth picking up at 55p, 90% off. The only downside about Hopico is that it will take you around 6 to 8 hours to get that full completion. And our next game is going to take you even longer, nearly double that time at 12 to 15 hour completion time. But this one again is only 83p, 90% off its original price. And that's Defunct, which is a platformer adventure game which focuses on flow, speed and engaging world. You are a broken robot that accidentally falls out of a giant cargo ship onto a post-human Earth, now inhabited by robots. You have to get back to your ship before it's too late. Now other achievement hunters have rated this game 2.75, so you're in for a really good time for those 12 hours to get that nice 1000G. Now our next cheap games is gonna be on the totally opposite end of the scale, and this one is only gonna take you half hour to complete. And that's No Thing, 50% off at 84p, so still under that pound, but you are going to be looking at a stinker. This one is only rated 1.75 from achievement hunters, which means there is probably something wrong with this platformer. The platformer itself is a minimalistic, surreal action game set in the totalitarian reign of the future. Tells the story of an office clerk who's sent with an important message, the Queen of Ice. This game might be not the best one to play, but for half hour's completion and 84p, this is probably the one game that you're not going to be able to turn down this week. Only costing you a little bit more at £1.07 is Outbreak Last Hope. This game is rated 2.5 from fellow achievement hunters and will take you 3 to 4 hours for a survival horror game. Experience a mother desperate search for a daughter in the midst of a nationwide epidemic. Taking place in the Outbreak universe, this story follows Gwen just after their harrowing escape from an urban centre during the outbreak. A terrible accident causes her to get separated from her daughter Hope as she has to fight the undead to survive and to save her daughter. So if you're looking for a nice horror survival game this week and you're into the Outbreak games, this one is definitely one to pick up. Our next game will set you back only 99p, but again is a longer completion at that 12 to 15 hour mark, and that's Dead Island Retro Revenge. Time for some 16-bit retro revenge, hell-bent on saving his cat, Max must carve a bloody path through a zombie-infested California. Pull off crazy combos, collect power-ups, wield super weapons and unleash insane magic attacks as you fight to become the amazing 16-bit side-scrolling hero you always believed yourself to be. Rated again 2.75, so not a bad game, but again that 12 to 15 hours could be a stumbling block for some achievement hunters, but at 99p, 75% off, again not a bad game to be picking up this week. And our final game is going to be over our usual £1.50 mark, but this one does have a 2 to 3 hour completion time, so I thought why not, let's throw this one in, as it's also rated 3 stars from achievement hunters, and at 161 Geometric Sniper could be that better game you're looking for other than No Thing. It's cheap, it has a reasonably quick completion, and you're going to have a decent time playing it. So when looking, there wasn't really any great games on sale this week. week that we hadn't already mentioned hundreds of times in these videos. So I thought, why not spend some time looking at those games that are in Xbox's Ultimate Sale that are gonna give you a slightly longer completion time, but these are some AAA games at some stupidly cheap prices that are gonna give you some great experiences whilst you get those achievements. This is gonna be a very quick run through as there is quite a few games on sale and we still need to get to those every games that are on completion in under 2 hours. So here we go. This is everything that I think you should be checking out for those quick completions. And the first one is Nier Automata Become as Gods Edition. Now anyone familiar with this game will know how great this game is and how many endings there are that you need to get through. But to get the completion and following a guide, you should be able to get the full 1000G in about 4 to 5 hours. This game is 50% off at $17.49 and is rated 4.25 from Achievement Hunters. And like all these games on these lists, you are talking about 4-star plus games for all of these, so any one of these that you pick up is gonna be a great game. Our next game is on Game Pass, but again, if you don't have it, then this is definitely one to pick up, and that's Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, currently 75% off at $6.24, making this a total steal for a game that can be completed for full completion in 6 to 8 hours, and is rated 4.25, so again, another brilliant game. Now a game that's slightly different and does require a bit of co-op, so if you've got another Achievement Hunter friend out there, definitely hook them up with this game, as this one is 80% off at $4.99, and that's A Way Out. The game will take you about 6 to 8 hours to complete and is again rated 4.25. And I'm a big fan of this next series, and that's the Life is Strange series, and this game, Life is Strange 2 Colors, is 60% off at $19.99, and I really do love a good point and click narrative story. The game itself will take you about 8 to 10 hours to complete and is rated 4 stars from Achievement Hunters. Our next game is rated 3.75 from fellow Achievement Hunters, and that's Ghost Runner Complete Edition, 25% off at $26.24. This game has actually had a small update, making it worth 1,195 achievement points. A really odd number, but that little bit of extra achievement points might make the difference to some people. This game will take you about 12 to 15 hours to complete and does contain 5 different upgrade packs. Another game I thoroughly enjoyed my time with whilst playing was Quantum Break from Remedy. Now this game, when it first came out, was a little bit different. It tried integrating a video game with a live action TV series, but if you just want to stick to the game, you can get through this game in roughly 15 to 20 hours for the full completion. It's currently 67% off at £9.50 and is rated 4.25. And next game is what some critics call a cult classic. It has such a huge following, and it's Respawn Entertainment's Titanfall 2. This game is currently 75% off at a mere $4.99, which I'm pretty sure anyone who's played this game will tell you is a complete bargain. The game will take you 15 to 20 hours to get the full completion and is rated 4.5 from fellow Achievement Hunters. Now, anyone looking for a good laugh whilst they play and a fan of the series South Park will surely have picked this game when it first came out, but if you didn't, South Park The Stick of Truth is currently 75% off at $6.24. Again, this is a game when I first played it I thoroughly enjoyed. It's a nice, quick, short RPG with a turn-based system that I'm sure anybody would love, especially you fans of South Park. The game itself will take about 15 to 20 hours to get that full completion and is rated 4.5. Now, I remember playing Mega Man back on the NES all those many moons ago, and now you can get Mega Man X Legacy Collection for only $6.39, which is 60% off its recommended retail price. This game is again a long completion. It's going to take you around 20 to 25 hours, but this is a seriously good game, rated over 4.5 from fellow Achievement Hunters. Now, a game that's probably going to make you swear so many times and want to rage quit hard is Cuphead. Curated. Now this game is a run and gun for the seriously hardcore achievement hunters. I'm sure many people who have started this one have never finished it. The game itself, for those who can manage it, will only take you about 20 to 25 hours. It's had one update where they added just one achievement, making this game worth 1025 gamer score. It's currently 30% off at 1171 and is again rated 4.5. Spyro Reignited Trilogy is next, 65% off at 1224. This collection of Spyro games is rated 4.5 from my fellow achievement hunters and will contain the original 3 games of Spyro, Spyro 2 and Spyro Year of the Dragon. And each game has its own 1000G and own achievement. So this game is actually worth 3000G if you complete all of it for that mere 1224, but will take you around that 25 to 30 hour completion mark and is rated 4.5. And the final game on this list is the longest completion on the list at 25 to 30 hours, but that's because this game is a seriously good game. It's recently been remade and made it even better, but the original from 2005 is still brilliant, and that's Resident Evil 4 at 639. Now this one might be a little harder if you've played the remake. It still uses some of those old-fashioned Resident Evil mechanics where you can't run and shoot at the same time, but the game and the story are brilliant, and that's why this game has been rated 4.5 from fellow achievement hunters. So let's get into the part of the video I'm sure you're all waiting for, and that's every game that can be completed in under 2 hours. And as always, we're starting with those games that can be completed in under half an hour. And our first one is Dynabomb. This is going to be a platform that's worth 1000G, is 40% off at 251 and is rated 2.25. Our next game is going to be worth 3000G, and again for a half hour completion. I can't see why anyone would turn down this game, and it's 40% off at £2.30 and rated 2.5. And this game from Flying Islands team is called Limb Hunter. Our next game is worth 1000G, is rated 2 stars and is Evasion from Hell, 35% off at £5.45. Our next one, Escape String, £2.89, 50% off. This is going to be a puzzle game rated 2.25, set in an undefined time and place. Sounds interesting there, from developer 7 Raven Studios. Another game worth 2000G. This one is Debt Enhanced Edition for the Windows 10. So we got a couple of Windows 10 games on offer next. Debtor Enhanced Edition is 30% off at $293, is worth that 2000G and was rated 2.25. Our next Windows 10 game is from SM Studios, and that's Panda Village, currently 40% off at £2.99. Has recently had an update making it worth 2000G, is rated 2 stars, and we even have a how-to walkthrough guide available on our channel for this game, meaning that you can get all these achievements in less than 15 minutes. And another game where we have a guide available on our channel to help you get all those achievements in around 15 minutes is IceLine. This game is a newly released game from Desert Water Games, only came out on the 21st of July, and for its opening period it's 20% off at $3.35 and will take you, like I said, about 15 to 20 minutes to get the full 1000G. And IceLine is also available on offer at the minute, again $3.35 on console, and you can stack both these achievements, meaning if you get them on both games, follow our guide, in less than half an hour you can get yourself 2000G. And the only other game available for console this week is Sketch the Painter Cat, currently 50% off at £2.09 and is rated 2.25 from fellow achievement hunters. So the games that can be completed in half hour to an hour are very slim this week, and that's an understatement, as there is only 2 games available this week in that time frame. The first one is Dynabomb 2. Now this first game takes you half an hour, the sequel takes you an hour, and that's Dynabomb 2. This game is 50% off at £6.24 and is rated 2.5 from fellow achievement hunters. And the only other game in this bracket is a platformer from publisher Victory Road, and that's IceLine, and again is another stinker this week at only 1.5. So if anybody out there has played this game or was planning on picking up this game, let me know, how bad is this game to only get a 1.5 from achievement hunters? For an hour's gameplay, this one could be a push for you guys, but 40% off, $251. If you're interested in finding out how bad, then you can pick this one up this week on sale. And obviously the final time category is those games that can be completed between 1 and 2 hours, and our first one will only set you back $1.99, 50% off, and that's Golf Peak, rated 3.25 from fellow achievement hunters for this golf style puzzle game. Definitely one to be checking out. Cheap price, great game, and only for a 2-hour completion. Definitely worth having a look at. Our next one is Self, Where's My Father? 40% off, £5.03, and this is a visual novel that's been rated 2 stars from fellow achievement hunters. Invento next, 50% off, again nice and cheap at $1.99, and as with the Golf Peak, 3 stars for a puzzle game. So these are 2 seriously good puzzle games in the 1 to 2 hour category. Definitely both of these should be worth picking up. And if you're wanting another good puzzle game to pick up, then have a look at Pseudocats, rated 3.25, 20% off at only $1.99. This is another seriously good puzzle game. So clearly the 1 to 2 hour puzzle games this week are definitely where you're going to want to be at. Our next one is Oliver's Adventure in Fairyland, 40% off at £3.47, rated 3.5, and this is a platform Metroidvania type. So if you're looking for something a bit more entertaining, a bit more action packed, then this could be the one to pick up. Pixel Devil and the Broken Cartridge, an old school 8-bit style platformer there for that 1 to 2 hour completion, rated 2 stars, 40% off at $251. And I'm sure you've all been waiting for it, because our next game is Airy, Little Bird Adventure. As always, you've got to have one of these on the list. 45% off, £3.18, rated 2.5 from fellow achievement hunters. So Paper-Bound Brawlers is our last game that we're going to be featuring this week, and that's 25% off at $6.29 and is rated 2 stars from fellow achievement hunters. And this is a fighting local multiplayer action fest game. So there we go, that is every game that can be completed within 2 hours, and unfortunately this week's sale is probably leaving a lot to be desired. There are hardly any of those quick completions we are used to on sale this week, but you still have that Xbox Ultimate sale ongoing for another 7 days. So there are some really big AAA games worth picking up, as we've mentioned. There are also a few quick completions in the Ultimate sale. We do have a video on our channel, we'll link it below, where you can check out what quick completions are also available on that Ultimate sale that are still valid for the next 7 days. If not, then hopefully you'll be able to find just something in this list that you will want to pick up. There are definitely some good puzzle games in there that are definitely worth looking out, that give you that 1 to 2 hour completion. And if you're finding this information helpful, then please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. We love having every single achievement hunter there, and we'd love to see more of you coming in and helping us grow this community. Whilst you're there, don't forget to check out all our socials, links to which you can find below, especially our Twitter page, where it's a one-stop shop for all your Xbox needs, and it's where you'll find all our giveaways and any giveaways we feel that you guys should know about. And whilst you're over on our page, don't forget to hit that bell notification, because it lets you know when we release all these sales videos. And as always, sales are only on for a limited time, and this sale and the Xbox Ultimate sale are both on until the 31st of July. That is your last day to pick up these great games. Well, like I said, hopefully you will find something from this very small selection of games available this week. But as always, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.